Hello, Tom from EveryStepCalculus.com, EveryStepPhysics.com. Problem in calculus regarding U substitution and regarding the integral of x cubed times the square root of 4 minus x squared. So let's show you how I do it on my programs. Index 8 to get to my menu. I'm already scrolled to U substitution. You use this cursor to scroll down to U substitution. You have to know it's U substitution. Somebody has to tell you. You have to know yourself why to do that. This is a trick problem, one of a kind trick problem. And you have to press alpha before you enter anything in these entry lines here. And so we're going to enter the function alpha x cubed times the square root of 4 minus x squared. I always show you what you've entered so you can see if it's okay. If it is okay, you can press OK. We rewrite it because in U substitution, somehow what's in the parentheses here has to be made to match the outside. But generally, you'll notice that the derivative of the inside here is 2x, and there's no x on the outside. But we can rewrite it by breaking up this x cubed into x cubed and x dx. However, that doesn't satisfy the equation of x squared either. So this is that way. It's a special trick problem. So u equals the square root of 4 minus x squared, and we square both sides to get rid of the. We're always trying to get rid of the square root sign in calculus. In a normal situation, anytime you see a square root sign, you'll make this 4 minus x squared to the 1/2. Square root is 1/2, the exponent 1/2. Make sure you have parentheses around the 1/2 too. So anyways, they do that. Now we take the 4 and over this side, and x squared equals 4 minus u squared. So now we got something matching the x squared in the function. Differentiate both sides, this with respect to x and this with respect to u. So we get 2x dx equals minus 2 du, and then we take the 2's out on both sides, get a minus u du. And you notice that that matches the x dx on the main function which we rewrote. I don't know how mathematicians come up with this stuff, but it's all nonsense to me, because you're really getting a area under a curve after all this extreme math algebra stuff. But anyways, we got to get through the class and pass it and get out of there. So you mark all this stuff down in your paper exactly as you see it. This is the way you would do it if you really knew how to do the problem. It takes me hours to research this stuff and make sure that it's all. And I try to help you a little bit. I don't like to teach very much. I like to show problems. But it was confusing when I did it as to how they got certain things. Here's the common denominator in algebra. We're factoring, of course, the u cubed out to get this. Then we use the common denominator between 3 and 5 when we're adding fractions. Get 15, so it's minus 20 over 15, and 3 over 15 is the common denominator. Then we factor the 115 out. Sometimes it takes an hour to figure out, if it's not explained like this, it takes many hours to figure out what the heck happened. We back substitute, in other words, put what the values of u are back in. Now here's another trick that you'll notice, that the square root of this to the 3rd power is really equal to, get rid of that, is equal to the 4 minus x squared to the 3/2 here. So that's another trick that you might not know in algebra. You're supposed to memorize this and do it for a test. Very difficult, very difficult. Now we expand. The 115 comes out. We expand this to 12 minus 3x squared minus 20. We simplify that because we're taking minus 20 plus 12, which equals minus 8. And here's the answer here. Pretty neat, huh? EveryStepCalculus.com. Go to my site, subscribe so you can see other videos I might make. Have a good one.